So I'm going to take you through a fairly simple yet effective training protocol used by a lot of football teams to help keep their athletes in peak physical condition. It's excellent for improved fitness as it forces the heart to work harder and utilizes brief rest periods to optimize recovery. It's kind of like weight training for the heart. Just as you stress skeletal muscle with weights and take short rest periods between sets, you're allowing the heart to work at its maximum capacity and then take short rest breaks. So it's very similar to weight training for the heart. It's also really effective for fat burning as it accumulates a lot of waste byproducts that stimulate hormone response systems that are vital for fat metabolism. So let's take a look. So here we have a standard football field. Now, you don't have to use an exact football field. There are several parks around the area. Opposite the Randwick Central area is Allison Park, right on Allison Road. Of course, there's Queen's Park down towards Bondi Junction. And down at Coogee, there is actually a lined marked football field, the Coogee Oval, right across from the beach. So there are a few places where you can do this. A typical football field measures 100 meters in length by 50 meters in width. Now, as I say, you don't have to use a standard football field, but a large area, about this size or similar is ideal. So you're going to want to start with a brief warm-up to make sure you don't pull any muscles for this training protocol. And a really simple warm-up is just to jog across one side of the field and then walk along another side of the field. And just repeat this a couple of times. 2-3 times is okay. Follow that up with some squats, lunges, and push-ups because surprisingly, there are quite a lot of upper body muscles utilized in sprinting. And essentially, we want to improve your sprint performance, or we're utilizing sprints to practice this training protocol. So here I've drawn 3 separate football fields representing the 3 stages of fitness, if you will. The more beginners will start by running, or sprinting, I should say, across one width of the field and then walking diagonally the length of the field. Now you want to aim for 85 to 90% for beginners on this one. Beginners typically have a much lower maximum than more advanced athletes, so they can aim for a much higher percentage of their maximum or close to their maximum when they're performing this one. And they'll typically have a faster recovery as well, so it allows them to do this a little bit easier. But you will want to only do this for a short time, 10 to 20 minutes max, as most beginners will be pretty fatigued by the 10-minute mark. And of course, we don't want you pulling anything or having any injuries. As you become a little bit more advanced, beginners, you can start to do a sprint across and then maybe walk the length of the field. So it's a shorter recovery, okay? Shorter walking distance. Intermediate athletes will run, now we're reversing the protocol. So you're going to sprint along the length of the field and walk back this way. Okay, so again, similar to the beginners, you'll have a higher training percentage. You're going to typically aim for about 75 to 85% of your maximum. And 20 to 30 minutes max is okay for this one. For most people, 20 minutes is just enough, and you'll start to feel like that 75% is becoming more like 100% by the end of the session. Again, as you get more advanced, you might start to walk a couple lengths like so. But typically when we start to do this section of the field, we're moving into advanced territory. And this is where we're going to want to sprint the full length of the field. Okay? So your sprint percentage is a little bit lower, 70 to 80% of maximum. And you'll either walk, depending on how fit you are, walk the length of the field or the width of the field. Now, I've done the width of the field before. The most you should get out of that is 30 minutes. 20 minutes is ideal. Beyond 20 minutes, you start to feel quite fatigued, and this 70% starts to feel a lot more like 100%. So there you have it, 3 different protocols depending on where you're at. Basically, interval training, utilizing the length of the field as recovery, and doing that for between 15 and 30 minutes depending on your level. Have a crack at that, see how you go, and good luck.